I found this video called How Japan Escaped Obesity While American Got Fat. And honestly, I only watched the first few minutes before I had to stop. Not because I hated it. Actually, I can already tell this video is well made, and I very appreciate when people seriously talk about Japan beyond the stereotypes. But as a Japanese person who grew up in Japan and now lives in America, I immediately had so many thoughts, because this topic can easily become Japan is healthy, America is unhealthy, or Japanese people are disciplined and Americans are lazy. I don't think it's that simple. Yes, Japan has smaller portions. Yes, convenience food is different in Japan. And yes, we have school lunches. But Japan also has harsh diet culture, casual body comments, changing eating habits, more Western style food, and a lot of pressure to stay thin. After living in America, I gained weight too, so I know this is not just about willpower. Your environment changes you. So today I want to react to this video. This is made by Joseph Everett, and also talk about what I think people misunderstand about Japanese food culture, American food culture, and who benefits when we are constantly told our body needs to shrink. 参りましょう。
15 years ago, I moved from Texas to Japan. I quickly had this weird feeling that something was off about the people here. I couldn't quite put my finger on it at first, but the more I looked around, eventually I realized what it was. Nobody's fat.
By the way, before we go further, I want to make it clear that I'm not here to completely bash this video. I actually think this is a very interesting topic, but as a Japanese person, I always get nervous when Japan is presented as this perfect healthy country, because there's always another side of the story.
1960, the obesity rate in America has skyrocketed from 12% to over 40% today. That means America's obesity rate is almost 10 times Japan's obesity rate of just 4.5%.
The average American would be considered fat in Japan. You're like even American medium level fat, you are completely fat here.
I didn't realize it because I was fitting in like Australian people. But then when I
I am considered
Japan,
fat in Japan, by the way.
It's way easier to lose weight in Japan than in the States.
But why? What's Japan's big secret?
Why Japanese people?
There's a million things it could be. Maybe it's green tea.
Or maybe it's lower smoking rates in Japan.
Actually, no. Smoking rates are higher in Japan.
Oh,
25%
really?
of Japanese men smoke, but only 13% of Americans do.
Maybe more people go to the
Good
gym
for
here.
Americans.
Actually, no.
Only 3.3% of people have a gym membership here, while 21% of Americans do. Maybe it's because everyone eats fermented soybeans for breakfast.
Actually, it's way simpler than that. The whole food environment is just different in certain key ways.
In Japan, you actually cannot make excuse to gain weight.
Right.
But maybe in the States, maybe it's not the case because you're surrounded, by lots of, honey trap.
When I came to Japan all those years ago, I basically just ate whatever looked good, and I was losing weight. So let's say you
Really?
wake up, you get ready for the day, and you're off to get a good breakfast. What are your options?
What is
Well,
that?
per person, there are 15 times as many fast food establishments in America compared to Japan. So the average American's breakfast options might look like
Hot cakes and sausage, our own egg
The classic American breakfast, huh?
At Denny's, the Super Slam.
Single-handedly, the worst croissants I've ever put in my mouth. McGriddle.
Dude, sweet. What the f?
All of our favorite foods.
So there's plenty of McDonald's you can go to here in Japan, but Japan also has over 4,000 rice bowl establishments.
at places like Yoshinoya, for just $4, you can get what is actually a quite traditional Japanese breakfast. A small bowl of rice, fermented soybeans, roasted fish, and miso soup.
But let's say you don't have much time, and so you just want to grab something quick and go.
The answer? Convenience stores.
Ooh, konbini ka.
Wow, this is so bustling. Do I come to Japan just for the 7-Eleven?
More and more people are posting online about how in love they are with Japanese konbinis, convenience stores, and for good reason. They actually have a huge selection of pretty decent food.
So here's what you can get for about $9 USD.
Fish simmered in miso, ramen-style eggs, a rice ball, roasted chicken, a salad, and a green tea. And they have many other things like a decent selection of roasted fish, fruits, salads, and even low-calorie stuff like these noodles made of tofu. The pre-prepared foods are also quite decent, like fish with mushrooms and radish, chicken gizzards with green onion,
Chicken
shrimp and
gizzards,
squid
they
with broccoli,
already have
boiled eggs,
that too. Wow.
and steamed chicken with pickled veggies. The bentos are a little bit more junky, but they're much better than American options. So the first key difference is convenience. Convenience doesn't always mean junk.
This is something I actually agree with. Convenience in Japan is very different in America. Convenience food often feels like big portion, greasy food, huge drinks, and snacks everywhere. In Japan, convenience food exists too. We love konbini, but the portions are usually smaller and it's easier to buy something that feels like normal meal. I have many friends in Japan who eats food from konbini every single day, like they don't cook. But I also don't want people to think that Japanese convenience food is magically healthy. Japan has fried chicken, sweetbreads, desserts, sugary drinks. All of that exists too. So the difference is more about the whole environment. When I moved to America, I didn't suddenly become a different person, but the food environment changed around me. Portions were bigger, I drove more, and eating a little more became normal without me noticing.
However, the average American convenience store doesn't have many options of reasonably healthy things to eat. You might be able to get some nuts or a protein bar, but other than that, it's just chips, candy, processed food, and some fried stuff sitting under a heat lamp.
So yeah, of course, super health-conscious Japanese people don't get all their meals from a convenience store.
Only if I'm too busy and I have no time to cook.
The thing is that the overall standard for food in Japan is much higher in general, so even the convenience stores have reasonably healthy choices. Japan has about 55,000 convenience stores, meaning Japan has almost 10 times as many convenience stores per square kilometer than America, which is great because from what I've seen, Japanese people, or at least Tokyo people, are extremely busy. Japanese people in general sleep way less than Americans, which is actually very unhealthy, yet they're still much thinner. So yeah, there are healthy restaurants and supermarkets in the US.
Yeah, Whole Foods is very healthy.
But when it comes to cheap, quick, and convenient food, it's often very unhealthy.
$3 big meal deal, only at 7-Eleven.
In Japan, for lunch, I have the option to buy some fried junk or go to McDonald's for lunch, but it's often just as easy to say walk into Matsuya and get something like a bowl of rice with some stewed beef, a half-boiled egg, some kimchi, and a bowl of miso soup with plenty of pickled ginger.
It looks so good.
Matsuya! Even if you're getting some actual sweets here, they're just not as sweet as Americans.
If you go to any one of these cake places around here, an American would be like, wow, why is it not sweet enough? Whereas a Japanese person will go to America and go, why is it so sweet?
We do say haga
Japan, I
tokeru.
thought most things weren't sweet enough. Now, after
'Cause
living
it's
in
too
Japan
sweet.
for more than a decade, when I visit America, most things taste way too sweet.
A lot of things are sweeter, a lot sweeter than in Japan. For example, yogurt's very sweet, too sweet. Like it was like a dessert level.
According to 2021 statistics, the average Japanese person eats half the sugar of Americans. Americans eat 33.7 kilograms of sugar per year, but Japanese people only eat 17.7 kilograms. The thing with sugar is that the reason people eat too much sugar is that they want a lot of sugar because they eat too much sugar. This 2016 study found that after just 2 months of people doing a low sugar diet, cutting their simple sugar intake by 40%, they started to rate sweet foods as significantly sweeter, as much as 40% sweeter than before.
That's exactly what happened to me. At first, Japanese sweets didn't taste sweet enough, then I got used to it, and now they taste plenty sweet.
So
I
I think
see.
the Japanese just eat less sweet, less caloric things, and they eat less of it.
The soda cups are
Really?
just smaller here in Japan.
This is a large cup at McDonald's in Japan. This is an American small.
Yeah, I was
The American small
very
is actually
surprised when I
slightly larger
moved
than the
here.
Japanese large.
Or the
And of
first
course,
time
the American large is about twice
I
as
went,
big
I
as the
came here
Japanese
in
large.
America.
Even the milk
The
is
portion
way smaller.
size
This
is
is the
so
standard size
different.
milk here.
Next, take a look at this. The selling point of this sweet drink is actually that it's small. It says nomikiri size,
Nomikiri ne?
meaning a size you can finish. And these half-size drinks are in most
About the sugar or dessert being too sweet in America, I know what he means here. A lot of Japanese sweets are less sweet compared to Americans' dessert. Even cakes, drinks, and snacks can taste lighter. I used to work in confectionery industry. So here's the thing, we don't want it too sweet so people can eat more. Usually when you're creating product from the packaging to like the size portion, we mainly target women. So that's why the packaging are smaller and cuter, and the nomikiri as well, this small bottle. I think we make it smaller because since we're targeting women, we want them to feel less guilty. because it's smaller. So that's the same for candies, chocolates, everything, snacks. Convenience store desserts, seasonal Starbucks drinks, pancakes, parfait, crepe, sweet bread, limited edition snacks. Japan loves cute desserts.
Most of the vending machines.
Hey, why'd you get this small one?
Also, I feel like if it's a
This size
nomikiri
is too much
company
for me,
makes
so
more
I
money,
didn't
I
finish
think.
this.
But this one's only 10 yen.
I don't
You could've
know.
Gotten like, This
Yeah.
one's like twice as big.
It's too much, and I don't want to waste it.
You don't want like a giant drink. You don't want to get like as much drink for your money.
No.
No one in Japan drinks a big gulp. You can't even get it anywhere.
Now that's what I call a large.
I couldn't find any big gulps in Tokyo, but I could find these tiny cans of soda.
Who drinks this?
What if you go to a restaurant in Japan? What percentage of the people would you say are drinking soda?
Oh, I think less than 10%.
Only water
yeah.
and tea.
So yeah, I think so.
That's better.
So Japanese people just don't drink that much soda. The average person here drinks 30 liters of soda a year, but the average American drinks 5 times that much. 154
Really?
liters per
5
year.
times?
So for example, with this vending machine, if you didn't want anything sweet, 5 different types of unsweetened tea. You can get water, and then there's
Ooh,
black
I
coffee.
love the teas.
By the way, these vending machines are everywhere. Japan has the most vending machines per person on the planet, around 4 million, or 1 for
4
every
million?
30 people. Next is key number 3, school lunch. The Japanese approach to feeding their school kids is completely different from America.
Do the teachers even eat this stuff? No, we don't eat school lunch. They don't touch it.
So I'm half American. When I went to elementary school in both Japan and the United States. In the United States, the food was just junk food. We had tater tots, we had sloppy joes. It was like everything bad.
Wow.
Chocolate milk.
In middle school, we would get chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk for
Yeah.
what?
We had only milk.
Just like, if you want chocolate milk, go ahead.
Served for lunch at a high school.
Students in Woodbridge, New Jersey say the food is inedible.
Some high school students who are so sick of their school food, they've started a protest movement against it. When 1970, the law changed. Schools could now turn to private, for-profit companies to feed their students.
In American schools, it's common to have plenty of processed foods on the menu.
You cut back on everything. Salaries, supplies, the food.
But if we go over and take a look at Japan, school lunches are planned out by the school's designated nutritionists.
Yeah, we also
And they are made from scratch every single
have
day.
all the ingredients, nutrition,
Japan, Every meal is
information.
meant to be healthy. Vegetables, there's
They
rice,
share those
some fish,
every month.
some meats, and a little bit of pickled vegetables. So that by the time, that you're 16, 17, 18, you're not going to be fat. It's going to be very rare that you're going to see a child that's fat in Japan. I think that carries you your whole life. It sets your diet.
You got like a nutrition education that actually worked.
Yeah.
The fourth key is portion sizes. The portion sizes are generally just a little smaller wherever you go.
Normal size, like meal size in Australia, is usually big. I couldn't finish eating them,
Yeah.
but then I got used to it, and I actually gained 12 kg there.
So that's like 25 pounds.
Double tacos, designed to keep your stomach and your wallet full.
I'm full!
America's biggest breakfast for only $9.99.
I think there's 2 big reasons why Japan doesn't take the American approach of giving you huge portions to make you feel like you got your money's worth. First off, don't do this in Japan. A big concept here is mottainai, or wasteful.
This part is really interesting because Japanese people are trained around food from a young age. Even in my family, we were always told to eat everything, and we have school lunches, food education, cleaning up, serving each other, saying itadakimasu and gochidou-sama, and also this strong idea of mottainai, don't waste. Growing up, I was told not to leave any food. It wasn't always about diet. It was more like about respect for the person who cook, respect for the ingredients, and honestly, sometimes even respect for the fish. I remember being told to eat fish cleanly, so the fish can jobutsu, like spirit can go peacefully. So when I came to America, and sometimes I see kids barely eating their food or people leaving a lot of food, my Japanese brain was like, mottainai, no, don't waste. But now I also understand that forcing kids to finish everything may not always be healthier either. I'm still Japanese, so food waste bothers me even to this day. But I'm also learning that kids need to understand hunger and fullness, not just clean the plate because adults said so.
Scattered about on your plate. Next, it's not really a thing here to get a container to take leftovers home. You're expected to finish your meal at the restaurant. So, the average restaurant serves people reasonably sized, not too big portions that most people should be able to finish in one sitting.
Most packages of snacks here are sized so that you can comfortably finish them without feeling stuffed.
Not only that, but because I grew up with mottainai culture, I always felt like I had to finish the food and I didn't know how to leave food without feeling guilty. So for me, American portion size plus Japanese don't waste food mindset was actually a dangerous combination. In Japan, finishing your plate can mean respect. In America, finishing your plate can sometimes mean accidentally overeating. I also want to be honest, I gained weight in America, and I don't think it's because I suddenly became lazy or because I stopped caring. My normal changed. I moved less, I ate bigger portion, I was stressed, I was surrounded by different foods, and slowly my body changed. That experience made me less judgmental because when you live inside a food environment, you don't always notice how much it is shaping you.
Like, look how small all these little packages of chocolates are.
If you eat the normal American diet, you'll get fat. Like in Japan, if you just eat what everyone else eats, then you get thin.
Yeah.
Do you think that's pretty accurate?
Yeah, I think it's accurate.
If there are some people who are, maybe starting to get a little bit overweight, and I suspect they're eating too much junk food.
So the fifth point is variety. It's easy to eat and drink healthy when you have plenty of options and when you're not getting bored eating the same handful of healthy meals over and over.
I agree that Japanese meals often have variety. A typical meal can have rice, soup, fish or meat, vegetables, pickles, maybe tofu, which I love, or seaweed. It feels like many small things instead of one huge thing. Japanese variety often slows you down, and American variety often keeps you eating.
Big portions of junk if they want, but it's usually just as easy to get a variety of reasonably priced, relatively healthy food.
What I like about drinking culture in Japan is that even if you keep drinking at the izakaya or pub, you see so many menu,
the
healthy food on menu. If you go to America, fried chicken, fried potato, like French fried.
Most of the places to go to drink have decent food options. You can expect to get some really solid food that's actually quite healthy at a classic Japanese pub, an izakaya.
Ooh,
there are about
yakiniku.
7,500 izakayas in Japan, more than the total number of fast food burger chains like McDonald's or Burger King. Now, I'm not necessarily saying you should replace fast food with alcohol, but even if you're walking in somewhere planning to get drunk, there's all kinds of simple, healthy, and delicious dishes. There's one other quick point I want to touch on, but first let me make it clear that there are better quality food options than convenience stores, rice bowl chains, or izakayas, of course. Most Japanese people wouldn't even think
I'm
of these
getting
places
hungry
as
just
healthy.
watching
But
this.
this isn't about optimal health. It's about how you can be reasonably healthy with not that much effort.
Did you make this with vegetable oil?
Oh, yes.
Thanks, but I gotta watch what I eat.
Lately, the word has been getting out about how bad vegetable oils or seed oils are for health. It's kind of impressive how clever marketing got us to think that we need to crush and heavily refine thousands of seeds with a long industrial process to get the oil that we need to cook with to be healthy.
With high pressure, forcing out the oil to a second extraction. 70-minute wash with a solvent. They wash the oil with sodium hydroxide. They bleach it, then use a steam injection heating process to remove the canola odor.
Sure, you can buy vegetable oil in Japan and people do cook with it. But it's very interesting to note that Japanese people consume about 1/2 of the seed oils of Americans. The ironic thing about seed oils is that they become more unhealthy when you cook with them, especially if you fry with them. That's because the fats are very fragile and easily break down when heated, which is not the case for saturated fats like, say, beef tallow, which are very resilient to heat. This brings us to the sponsor.
Alright, I think it's the end of the video. Another thing I want to add is that Japan's health history changed over time. Older Japan had different problems. It wasn't just everyone was perfectly healthy. Japan used to struggle much more with infectious disease and undernutrition. The major cause of death are different. I'm not saying diet alone caused this. Medicine, aging, smoking, salt intake, and stress and life expectancy all matter. But when people talk about Japan as healthy, we need to remember Japan's health problems changed too. Another thing I want to add is body pressure. People online sometimes exaggerate and say it's illegal to be fat in Japan. That's not true, but Does Japan have body comments? Yes. Does Japan have pressure to be thin? Absolutely, 100%. And I'm considered fat in Japan, and before my wedding, I lost a lot of weight with a trainer controlling my diet and workouts. Even then, a family member gave me a diet pill. I'm not saying every Japanese family is like this, but if you grew up around Asian diet culture, you understand what I mean. So yeah, Japan may have escaped obesity statistically, but many people did not escape body pressure emotionally. And then in America now, I constantly see GLP-1 ads. I want to be clear, I know this medication help a lot of people, and I'm happy for people whose health improves. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not here to shame anyone for using medication. But what stresses me out is the marketing. It feels like every time I open my phone, watch TV, I'm being told I need to shrink. And then I see ads for people who can't get GLP-1 because they are not fat enough. And I'm like, can I just live my life? A medicine can be helpful, and the marketing around weight loss can be still toxic, and both can be true. So after watching this, I don't think the answer is simply Japan is disciplined and America is not. Japan has smaller portions, a different food environment, school lunches, walking culture, and a different relationship with food. Those things matter. But Japan also has changing diets, body comments, harsh beauty standards, and pressure to stay thin. America has bigger portion, more aggressive food marketing, more driving, more stress, and now constant weight loss ads telling you that there's a problem with your body. So the question I keep coming back to is, who benefits from all of this? The food industry benefits when we overeat. The diet industry benefits when we hate ourselves. Social media benefits when insecurity keeps us scrolling. And now even medicine can become part of that marketing machine. So maybe the real question is not just how did Japan escape obesity? Maybe the better question is, how do we build a food culture where people can eat, live, move, and exist without shame? Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'll see you next time, maybe at my new place. Take care and see you. Mottainai, Miyuki でした. Bye bye!